watched Triple Frontier on Netflix last night, and I gotta say, I was a little underwhelmed. But let's get into it. This movie starred Ben Affleck, Oscar Isaac, Charlie Hunnam. It's been pretty well advertised. It was a Netflix movie, but it looked like it had that theater type craft. It looked like it might be a theater quality movie. But basically, Oscar Isaac is like a DEA agent or something, and he's tracking this drug lord. And he basically figures out where he's at, and he goes and gets his old buddies, Ben Affleck and Charlie Hunnam, and says, "Hey, why don't we go rob this guy?" They're all kind of down on their luck and, need money. And they're like, why don't we just do this instead of giving the money to the government? So they come up with a plan, and we see what happens. It doesn't really go according to plan. And I will say everything leading up to the actual heist and the heist is really cool. I was into it. I was into the story. I was liking the acting. I liked the action scenes when the heist was actually going down. I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. It's just after that moment, it gets really slow. Like the build up was slow enough, but then after that moment, the movie kind of just drops off and becomes a really slow, just kind of travel mission where they're just walking and talking, and you get some of these wide shots, and then something little will happen, and then they're just walking and talking, and it gets really boring towards the end. Nothing really ever happens, and then it kind of just ends. If you don't like slow-paced movies, you are not going to like this movie because it's very, very slow-paced. Sometimes I can get into slow-paced movies, but this one, like I said, it's the way maybe the pacing was, where it kind of built up to the middle, then something really cool happens, and then it never just really gets back to that cool moment again. But like I said, the acting is pretty good. The action was cool, what little of it there was in it. It's not really a very action-packed movie. And I enjoyed it for a one-time watch. I'm glad this wasn't in theaters, because I probably would have been way more disappointed if I went and saw this in theaters. But it was definitely worth a watch on Netflix. Still, it's not like theater quality film for me. Netflix just hasn't, in their movie area, has not created something that's been like truly amazing. But I feel like they're getting there. We're getting a lot of new releases from Netflix, and each one has been at least decent. So, eventually it's going to happen. But I think I'm going to give Triple Frontier a 3 out of 5. I guess I'll bump it up from a 2.5, just because the action was cool and Ben Affleck was in it, and I like Ben Affleck. And, it was worth a one-time watch just for some of the cool scenes and stuff. Until next time, this is Randy Cage. Peace out.